I'm Brittany, this is Lan-Jan, and welcome to Gaywatch, where we watch gay things. Today is episode 3 of 4 minutes. The mystery continues, and with a show like this, at this point, you can really only sit here and let it wash over you. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. Hey, cutie. Oh, cutie not happy. Uh-huh. Like, at first I understood you because you had some shit going down at work and, like, you did not know what was going on. But for the rest of the night, you was just banging somebody else. Excuse me? Was that a trick of the eye, or are we now hallucinating? Oh, that's bad! That's hallucination! Oh, Snoopy! On the back of that guy's sweater, there are other things happening. Did this come from Hot Doctor? Oh, underrated shot. Excuse me. 1 second, I have to be a nerd. In the background, the camera's facing a corner, which obviously gives great lines going down either side, but framing it so that the arch of the railing that's closer to us goes nice around, it bends around so it's nice and touching the bottom cement angles here. That's beautiful. It was! I'm such an idiot! I'm so stupid! Of course that would be one of the reasons why Hot Doctor is, like, hovering over Great, is because he has something to do with all this mess and looking into his family. I am so silly. With this romantic coffee? I don't know everything there is to know about your family or anything. Okay. Oh! Is the universe literally like, no, rewind, go out with the Hot Doctor? Bonkers. Maybe Hot Doctor should bring it up to a friend of his who has been interviewing people who also do the same thing. Thank you! Huh? I just said that! The universe will not stop until you are rolling around in bed with each other. And frankly, I support this universe. Hey! You ever hear anything about people seeing 4 minutes into the future? Yes! Why are they cute? They just had to get cute, guys. Make no mistake, yeah, the colors really jumping out there. I mean, I also identify with that. Oh, emotionally neglected. They're really playing the wealthy upbringing emotionally neglected card, otherwise known as the me card. I mean, my upbringing wasn't wealthy, it was like strictly middle class, upper middle class. Like, we were by no means like rich, but everything's coming for me about this these days. I'm watching The Umbrella Academy, and Vanya alone is being way too accurate, so it may as well be this too. It may as well. Why not? Why the fuck not? Excuse me? You faked me out with that. You did that on purpose. Something's gonna interrupt them. What'd I say? You were taking too damn long. Genre rule number 1. You just gotta go for it. You just gotta tackle a bitch. Otherwise, something is going to interrupt you.
วันหลังถ้าเกิดเกรดว่างเดี๋ยวพี่นัดเพื่อนกับค
I mean, BT dubs, somebody else also sees 4 minutes into the future is kind of something you lead with at the beginning of the date, really, but you know, stuffed animals are really distracting. I understand. I was just... They beat me to it. Now it looks totally implausible. I was totally gonna say, oh, I would have thought that, you know, Time would have wound up with the white one and Great would have wound up with the black one. And here we are. Now I just look like a liar. I fully had an American moment just now. And my brain has had Time in the driver's seat, and I fully have not noticed the steering wheel at all. I mean, I had other things to look at. So I was like, why is Time getting out of the car? And also, like, how is Great even gonna get... Why did they go to his... Filthy American. She's gonna get caught. Yeah. Right, you're kind of surrounded by water. Can you swim? Not with a phone. Shit. I'm sorry, what? Ah, shit. This some corruption bullshit. Forgive my lack of know-how about drugs, but that looked less like a bong and more like an elaborate crack pipe. Oh! Here we are again. With this beautiful line down the center of this composition, firmly cementing you in one world and me in another. I'm grieving and on drugs, sure. Thank you. And yet, here we fucking are. Quite literally. Do you ask that of everyone? This poor man just wants to get raw dogged, okay? Can we get him some rawness at some point? Oh, we're power bottoming now. Also, this makes the whole cheating thing a little less powerful. Don't do that. Well, Hot Cop lasted long enough for someone to finish. A slut. And I say that affectionately. Oh, okay. All right. All right. Okay. I just watched two men full on fucking, but it's gonna be this shot that takes me out? I'm really telling on myself. How dare you give me something so beautifully framed and well thought out and is compositionally stunning while also appeasing my thirst. Like, how are you gonna do that? How are you gonna expose me in front of all these people? Jesus! You're gonna have to put on clothes before I can cut straight on the plot, sir. I'm sorry. God, duh! That underwear brand, this is a very good commercial for them. I swear to God, if this has something to do with time, and that's why he's named Time outside of the obvious 4 minutes thing, motif theme we have going on, I'm gonna... the music doesn't have to seduce me, okay? You still have him walking around in tidy whities. That's enough. The noir-ass vibes happening right now. Lighting! You know, we're coming up on the end of the episode. We haven't seen your ass yet, sir. I need you to fill the ass quota. Is his personal time going extremely slowly? You know, symptoms. Like time regression. I beg your pardon? Hot doctor? I was about to say, he's gonna show up. It is. It's totally fucking him. We can't reveal it now. It's too early. That's like a midpoint turn, if not potentially a grand finale. I said it didn't get revealed until the midpoint or the big climactic finale. What are you doing to me? How dare you surprise me structurally? What? This show is so curious it's obviously, it's worlds different from Kin Porsche, duh, in a lot of ways, not just in, you know, the subject matter, but also just the execution overall. Even though you can spot some similarities, it is overwhelmingly done very differently from Kin Porsche. However, it's still hitting a very specific thing for me in entirely different ways. So, Kin Porsche, not a perfect show. It has some flaws. However, the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. There is a charm about that show that makes me not give a shit about some stuff that I think could have been improved. This is starting to fall into that same thing in a very different way. Like, are there things that I believe that they could be doing a little bit differently? Sure. But at its core, am I still, like, super interested in the mysteries that it's laying out? Does it has all the potential to develop into some very interesting areas. They just full on called me out and surprised me with having time get exposed ahead of schedule from what I would have predicted. There's still so many things to love about the core of what's going on in this show. I am thoroughly enjoying myself. And that really speaks to their overall productions being able to, by and large, take what resources that they can get, even if it's not the most resources on the planet, and they're still doing the most they possibly can with them. They're still trying to get the most and be ambitious and try things and figure out things. And that's I respect the hell out of that. That's it for 4 minutes. Episode 3. I'll be back next week for episode 4, which is not only the midpoint, which despite jumping the gun on the time reveal, we're still coming up on the midpoint out of 8 episodes. And if you're new here, I've got a particular thing about midpoints. I really like to see what any show, story, what have you does at the halfway point, because it's usually something. Add on top of that, that this is a show that already loves to flaunt its 4s, and now we're coming up on episode 4. So eyes wide open next week, but I'll be here for it. And until then, please remember to take care of yourself.